Vi is quite powerful here.
All right, so we're back to no Corki, no first pick Corki here. Going to take out the Orianna for Bulldog this time. And we're just going to see
Or if they want to lock in
same Lucian Nami versus Emilio Aphelios. Vi was not banned this game, so Kuz is going to take that. Rel back, so Sejuani's up, so we're switching it up. It's Canyon's other champions. You know, his tank champion pool, Sejuani, Maokai, and Rel, what he's been playing a lot on GenG.
So now it gets really tricky. I feel like
no Trist, no LeBlanc. Are we going to see Azir picked here? Nope. Yone. Okay, so Chovy likes to play Yone into Azir, so probably this is just saying, like, okay, well, Kwangdong, if you want to take Azir, then you're going to have to play this into it. It says going to be a Kali in the mid lane, and back to Aatrox, and back to, Udyr, okay. Keen has been a monster Udyr player, by the way.
Very difficult for the Aatrox to win out in that flank. You can do the same thing to an Akali. If you find her there, you stun her, and then suddenly Sejuani's on top of the Akali is dead. So bodyguard duty here for King. He's already picked up a POG on this Udyr by doing just that for Pays earlier on this season. So yeah,
I'm very new to esports and League. I feel very frustrating watching the Four Horsemen, not seeing waves of outrage created. Was ostrich-like behavior the norm? I mean, I think the problem is that there isn't anybody but us to speak about these messages. The issue with the industry is that there's no independent media. I mean, we're called Last Free Nation. We didn't actually think it would be literal, guys. But now with Faceit and ESL merged and owned by the Saudi Arabian government, and the developers controlling the esports. So if you work, if you want to work on League of Legends and you're in the media, like if you're a caster or if you're a co-streamer, you have to work with Riot Games, or they fire you if you're a caster, or they revoke your co-stream access. So nobody can say anything. Nobody can say anything.
Sure there. He's got the pause as well.
It's bad, man.
He's probably saying bite it somewhere on that. Here's the Kwangdong Freecs composition. Extremely low range. Very much all in. Like, if they get a fight, everybody's just pressing all their buttons and they're going forward. We'll see how that works out for them.
Very concerned if they do not kill Pays, like we talked about in Game 1.
Kill Pays at all. And he just plays tank jungles.
Sojin, thank you. You're back.
Yeah. We don't talk about that one brand game.
I recall you. Thank you once again for your Tier 1 sub. The Heat podcast, just who watched it last night. I know, man. Heat's such a good movie. You guys should, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the LFN Culture channel for our movie and TV content. Fish Stall, thank you for Twitch Prime sub. Do you think esports are slowly dying? Nah. I mean, it's still very popular. There will be a new title eventually that'll get even bigger. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows.
They've got some strong permafrost potential here.
Yeah.
Have I heard of Collateral with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx? Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, Cuz should have seen the very end of that.
I think he did. He must have.
All right, so deep wards on both sides of the map right now. So they're trying to track Vi really early on. This could be indicative of some kind of early invade. Because again, as my chat knows, what is Vi before level 3? Vi is a turd. So sometimes you try and flush the turd before the turd gets powerful.
I think it was pinged.
He definitely would have pinged it if he saw it, right? Like,
yeah.
So maybe he didn't actually, in fact, see it.
You may have not noticed it, even if it was visible right at the end. But that's going to be some good information. Chovy, obviously, his Yone is insane.
Yes.
We remember that one game that he played against, I think it was GenG at the time with BDD, right? And it was a massacre in favor of Chovy's Yone.
So the reason why I say that about Vi is we saw Zeus on a Yone invade at level 1 into a Vi in topside jungle that was super effective. Harder to do that versus Udyr because Udyr is actually, can duel stuff.
This is actually a pretty good angle for them. Flash on top, ignite on.
Man, it is weird that these level 1s are going the way they are for GenG. We've seen these Emilio Aphelios like this. Guys, you campfire, use green gun, poke out, right? And they just actually just pop heal and run in immediately. Heal pop by legens as well. So nice aggression. I mean, Bull and Andal, they were lane partners and challengers for a while. So they do have some established synergy, but this is just a much better level 1 for Nami Lucian into Aphelios Milio than I've seen in a lot of these matchups.
Level 1 trades in the bottom lane.
Yeah, it was more interesting the first time, but we'll watch it the second time, yeah.
And Bullman just so aggressive, and he's taking Ignite as well into Lucian, which we're seeing much more commonly on Lucians in the bot lane of the professional scene.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a pretty good angle for them.
He goes, but just gets it flashed on.
And he's just totally lost first.
And he's 100% dead there, so there's no point in flashing.
I mean, when you go for a when you campfire at level 1, as Lehens has, like it's on such a long cooldown.
You have to respect it.
Yeah, so you just gotta back away. Yeah. I can tell you Lehens is probably not happy with the scenario. And it's not Lehens who dies, it's Pays who's zoned away from his support, and that means it's going to be zoned out of a lot of additional farm here that's super significant. Bull will be hitting level 3 as Pays is hitting 2, and it's a really big problem. Just going to back here, not going to try to put any additional pressure on, but this is so awkward now for the bottom side of GenG. Canyon going to try to make a play up here.
Yeah, because he's directly on a ward. Canyon is right there.
So
additional farm
this is the effect of those wards early, right? Is they know Vias 3 has fully cleared bot side. And now Sejuani's going to be able to get in here. You'll see Canyon just go ahead and take his Q over the Baron wall to dodge any possible wards that could have been placed in the rivers or a Raptor, which is smart because there actually is a ward right there to track this exact movement. Cuz is on the full clear. Pretty standard jungle invade. Ward in. Q is still going to be down on Sejuani, but won't be for much longer. This is why those wards went in, guys.
Canyon going to try to make a play up here.
Yeah, Cuz is directly on a ward. Canyon is right there, and he'll probably just look for the smite. Cuz will never expect this. There's the smite, goes over the wall, and Canyon is right here. Not going to get a kill.
Nicely done.
I mean, he's Sejuani, but he does steal away the blue, and he is very annoying.
Cuz the victim.
Cuz also not going to hit 4 off of Gromp now.
Here. And he drops one of his own. Canyon will actually clear that.
And so Canyon, even though he hasn't done the bot side, they are going to be even in levels.
Yeah. I mean, Vias decently fast at clearing the jungle. She wants to hit level 6 for those really
makes an awkward situation. Wow, Canyon's still just like pursuing him over to other Scuttle.
But now sitting in a brush.
Yeah, I don't think he wants. I don't think he wants this. Oh my God, the double bubble.
Oh, I can't even speak after that one. That was insane. Now Pace has to flash, and Bull is totally fine.
He's taking like a million caster minions though.
Take him to in and out after that one. It's not ideal. A ton of damage coming down. Canyon is here, so they are going to be completely fine.
Oh, Bull's going in there. He is looking for death. He is down. Canyon was right here, so bubble trouble.
This is rather silly, guys. So while all of this is going on, you know, Canyon is actually just bullying Cuz out of the jungle right now. Sees him on a ward. Sees him on a ward that was already placed. Who placed that ward? When was that ward placed?
Now sitting in a brush, just trying to threaten Canyon, trying to take over the bottom side of the map potentially. Oh, that was insane.
I'm trying to see when this ward went down. I think Canyon placed it.
Bottom
No,
side of the map potentially. At least gets
it was already there. Sorry, guys. I just want to see when this ward was placed down. It was a while ago.
And he'll probably just look for the smite. It's very annoying.
Okay, so it was a long time ago, just seeing if Vi was coming along from that. So they do see that Vi's retreating into the jungle.
I can't even speak after that one. That was insane.
And Cuz should obviously be saying that Sejuani could be on Crab. Actually, they're pinging the ever-loving shit out of this river right now. For Bull and Andal to get back, they are pinging the ever-loving shit out of it. This is just Bull being Bull, man, and wanting to go in. They know they're here. They see them. Bull's like, but wait, I could trade up onto Pays. He has no sums. But he just gets knocked back by Milio, and Bubble misses. Canyon Q flashes. A little bit silly. He almost got the kill on the Pays, though, to be fair. To be fair, he did almost calculate that correctly. To be fair.
In there, he is looking.
Also, it's a very good flash by Canyon.
Death. He is down.
Now, was it worth it? No. Should he have backed off? Yes. Cuz was telling you to back off. There were a million pings. It was obviously where Sejuani was.
Very over-aggressive. He nearly does. Oh, bullshit.
This is not a worthwhile play. Okay, yeah, if the bubble hits, maybe he lives through this. He almost gets it, but I just don't think it's worth the risk, guys.
That was very over-aggressive. He nearly does take out Pays.
He should be listening to Cuz, the veteran on his team.
Even if you do get the kill, it's immediately traded back.
Yeah, it's just like game one. You got it over. Are going to be completely fine.
Oh, bullshit. Going in there. He is looking.
That's true. He may not have expected the double Milio shield. That's true.
For death. He is down. Canyon was right there. That was very over-aggressive. He nearly does take out Pays. But again, it's one of those situations where even if you do get the kill, it's immediately traded back.
But it's also the cost of this is so huge. Like, you give a kill over, you now lose like 2 waves of minions.
Gotta just be happy with what you got.
It's a bigger wave that he's missing, too.
Yeah, this is huge.
It's a cannon wave, though, so maybe he gets some.
The cannon will help mitigate some of the losses, but it's still going to be a significant loss here. And that saves the lane.
Yeah, there's too many minions. It's just an overly ambitious play.
Very rough.
But honestly, you're much happier with Bull attempting to limit tests like that because you can always dial it back. Like, he's got the killer instinct, which is really important.
We'll get that information. He was also winning the trade. It is Aatrox, so you could potentially see him get it back. Chains do come in, but again, he's Udyr, so unless they're going to kill him right now, he will be untouchable.
I always just get fooled by Udyr every time. No matter what, I'm like, wait? Oh, no, he runs away. Like, oh,
hold on!
Oh, no, he's fine.
Yeah. What, this time? No.
No.
All right, that's the one Void Bub. The junglers don't even look at each other. Oh, they're kind of like side-eyeing each other now. Cuz getting in there. Smiting away. One is Canyon, and he'll get over the wall.
2 better than 1, Valdez.
2 is greater than 1, yes.
But not significantly better, just slightly better that he gets there. The second one. Pushing him away. I don't know which replay we get first. Okay, so the level 1. Let's push forward.
Yeah, he's very vocal.
And then Pays runs down with his Ghost here, and Lehend is like, I don't have cooldowns. I'm not a champion.
I am autoing Nami.
Yeah, I am
can't do anything else.
I am a Milio that auto attacks. That is all I can do. And then here, Bull gets Pays down to like 15 health, but doesn't have one more auto. Great play there from Canyon coming to save it.
Yeah. I mean, Andal spawned him. And then Bull was like,
double support item on GenG. Yeah, this is. I hope we get 14-2 next week in
Last time he
LCK.
sent it despite death and got a kill. This time he didn't. And it now
But getting the support item on Aphelios has been very common. Interesting that Bull did not opt into that this game.
I do admire the whole vibe of the lane.
The gusto.
Yeah, like actually, because as Lucian Nami, you really do want to dominate the early lane state against this Aphelios Milio and get some very aggressive trades in.
I know you don't have a fixed schedule. I usually stream, at 10. Start streaming between 10 and midnight EST.
It's not going to amount to too much.
I'm gonna try and do it on the earlier end of that and set up an actual schedule for you guys.
GenG have dealt with what was a pretty rough situation.
Should be 14.2. Yeah, they're off next week for Lunar New Year. There is no LCK next week because next weekend is Lunar New Year holiday. And LPL is going until Wednesday, and then they stop for 10 days or so for Lunar New Year. And then LCS just randomly stops for like half of February. By the way, can we talk about just briefly how insane it is, the LCS schedule? Guys, I'm just going to show it because it's so stupid I can't even handle it. I can't even, guys. Okay, so they do Super Week this week, right? So this is the conclusion of the first round robin of play. So instead of taking their break, like, why do we do the first 2 matches of the second round robin, take a 2-week break, instead of taking a 2-week break now, which, by the way, eliminates the possibility of you playing, it says Monday for me, but it's Sunday for you. This is Super Bowl Sunday. So in the American League, they're going to take a 2-week break, but instead of taking it at the natural break point between round robin 1 and round robin 2, and taking a 2-week break that avoids scheduling your matches literally during the Super Bowl. You play the first 2 matches of your round robin, take a 2-week break, and then come back. What? How are they so stupid? Like, just split the schedule between the 2 round robins and don't put it on the Super Bowl if you're going to take. Also, why are we taking a 2-week break? Why didn't we just delay the start of the season 2 weeks? Why does this have to start in January? An anonymous gifter gifted a tier 1 sub to Mad Life. Thank you very much. Isn't the break for Valorant to use the studio? Probably. I'm sure that's it. Because apparently that matters more than LCS. It's for 3 weeks, not 2. No, it's 2 weeks off, guys. The weekend of the 17th is off. And the weekend of the 25th is off, and then it's the weekend of the 3rd. It's 2 weeks off. There are 2 weekends they're not running it. Yeah, the week before break, they won't have fans in-house. They already said that for this week right here, that they're not going to have fans in the studio. They're setting it up in a sub-studio. So if they're going to do that for 1 week, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying? So here, guys, work with me here. So this week, no fans in studio, it's in a sub-studio. So presumably this week, there's a live audience again, right? So all you're doing is moving the week that you have it in the sub-studio to the week before this one, to the 28th or the 25th. Right? So you still only have 1 week in the other studio, right? If it is true that the last 2 weeks are back in studio, then it doesn't matter because this week is already not in the main studio. Right? Am I going crazy?
He's got Chovy in there as well. Both the mid and bot lanes going so well for GenG that Canyon just gets to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Canyon.
I miss you and Doa on the desk. Nito Jr. on YouTube. Well, go to the LFN Culture, Last Free Nation Culture YouTube, and you can watch my podcast that I do with Doa these days.
Because he's just constantly tracking Cuz. Like, he's allowing these lanes to get the full value. And it's just a symbiotic relationship between Canyon and mid and bot. And no smite steal here.
They do go in afterwards, but now Cuz is just dead? Yeah, that's going to be the end of him. Potentially here for Bulldog. He does pick up one. Over the wall he goes, and ult is dodged, but here comes Yone, and you can't get away from this guy as Chovy hits the Q3 and picks up the kill.
And push as far as they can because he's just constantly tracking Cuz. Like, he's allowing these lanes to get the full value. And it's just a symbiotic relationship between Canyon and mid and bot. And no smite and steal here.
They do go in afterwards, but now Cuz is just dead.
Cuz actually just inting.
Potentially here for Bulldog. He does pick up one. Over the wall he goes, and ult is dodged, but here comes Yone, and you can't get away from this guy as Chovy hits the Q3 and picks up the kill.
Bit of a disaster here in this second one for the Freecs. I mean, it started off with such a great kill there on the bottom lane, but everything has just fallen apart. And I mean, this is the problem with running Akali, Lucian, lethality.
I'm getting triggered by the missing Monty Doa comment every week. How are you not pissed off? Because people genuinely mean it and have fond feelings of it. So
you tried anyways.
I want to make sure they can still have those fond feelings, right?
Now the cost of your flash. Chovy gets a kill.
What can you do?
Is ahead. The Aphelios is ahead. You didn't get Dragon. And I mean, I'm not saying the game is over, but your win conditions here are fading fast.
Yeah.
So that's another way of saying it might be.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an issue here as flashing away is Dudu. He's got Vi in the river, but Canyon flashes over the kill.
So that's another way of saying it might be.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an issue here as flashing away is Dudu. He's got Vi in the river.
Can we talk about Canyon Sejuani this game? His mechanics are on point. Great Q flash in the bot lane.
I just don't think he's got enough damage.
Flashes over Vi Q here. So sexy.
Oh, nearly does it.
I wasn't going to be fooled this time, Valdez.
I got fooled a little bit there at the end, but Udyr gets away without a scratch, without a death. And that is
This Vi was intended to get back into the back line on Aphelios, but it's turned into a disaster.
As another dodge on a bubble, and you know, one misstep, one misplay, you give that to FaZe Legends, and they will force your flash. As Bull is getting in there, he nearly just lost his life. As if that Q hit, I have to imagine he would be going down.
Bull, or rather, Undil doesn't have heal. I think he does die if he gets hit by that. Now chugging through his refillable and trying to get what he can out of this wave.
All right, we do have the ults coming out here from the side of Bull and Ondil. They will force FaZe's flash. Nice response.
There were some awkward decisions made by Ondil in game one in terms of how he wanted to use his tidal waves and how aggressively use them, but you can't deny this guy will press R and then Q exactly where he needs to enforce a flash. Like, he is so good at Nami so far this season.
Oh, we got some plays down on the bottom side as Cuz is here. No flash out of FaZe. That's a kill. Bull will pick that one up.
And that's where they were hoping to put the focus down here, but
yeah, I mean, these are the plays you have to try to hard force if you want any chance of being relevant in this game. If you're,
you know, you target somebody in the back line with the Vi, like the Aphelios, blow them up with the help of an Akali flank.
You're not getting advantages against an Udyr. That's just not going to happen. Chovy is so ahead that he's now taking a 20 CS lead.
Yeah, and in lane is so over right now.
Look at Canyon's flash over this Q. And it's also like a pivoted Q there as well, coming out from Cuz where he turns it, but he just reacts so quickly. Wasn't the like razor thin margin it often is, but it was still impressive to watch.
형.
Yeah.
좋은데?
나이스. 좋잖아.
Well, that's good, they both say. And then over here, Cuz is able to force this one to have a successful kill. I was scared on the live feed.
Yeah, I think Chovy.
LCK replays the best, man. First person into player comms and reactions. So fucking good, man.
Does come in, and there is a Vi nearby trying to burst him down. The flash comes in, the ult hits on the Sejuani. Don't think that was the target. As Ingo's
I think he misclicked that.
Now Chovy just gonna ult away, and that's
Feels
the
bad, man. Feels bad.
Two of these tanks, and Udyr.
Oh no.
Going to be okay, I imagine. Unbound Soul does come in, and there is a Vi nearby trying to.
It's kind of a weird misclick though, because you shouldn't misclick that.
Burst him down, the flash comes in, the ult hits on a Sejuani. Don't think that was the target as in goes Bulldog, but now Chovy just gonna ult away, and that's the end of Bulldog.
Good hold by Canyon on his ult to hit the Akali too.
Two of these tanks, and Udyr, again, just gets to do whatever he wants. And this game is falling apart. GenG are absolutely shrekking him now. They're going to take down two of these plates in the mid lane turret as well.
Ondil's coming over with Tidal Wave to try to catch them, but I don't think they do. FaZe has Calibrum on the plate. Yeah. Ghost comes out. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, now they're chasing him, and now Dudu's in trouble. Chovy's still here. Q3 hits. That's the end of you.
It's done now, Valdez. It's over.
What happened? Oh, game 1 was so good.
I know. I know. Oh, bull. It's a good try.
This game's just off the rails now. It's just a GenG stomp.
But, yeah, we're not in the same spot we were last game, and in that first topside play, Chovy has flash and ult, and they want to turn that around. You mentioned the.
I hate loving GenG. You see this doing LCK, but internationally, it's an entirely different team now, though.
But in this moment,
now, I will say that adding Keen may not exactly solve their international woes, because he has been a high-pressure choker both in LCK and internationally.
Maybe you get out with everybody.
And Lehens was also on the team that under-delivered and probably should have won Worlds in 2022. But Canyon has been clutch, so maybe Canyon will lead them to great victory.
Sejuani Yone thinks he's not going to have a good time, not even close, and that's a ton of money lost. That's why he was trying to go back. He's like, I need this farm. He's not going to get it.
Yep, not this time. And it's no Ocean Soul in this game, as that was the first Drake taken.
Why do you think Canyon's tanks have noticeably improved? I think he's just more motivated this year, guys.
Are you ever going to kill him?
I think it was really hard to be motivated on the D+ roster last year. Showmaker was kind of playing like a bum and didn't seem to give a fuck.
He's over the wall.
His team had no macro, no voice, no shot calling.
Respect it. And at this point, it's kind of rough. You mentioned the compositional issues from Kwangdong Freecs. It's like, well,
people couldn't carry on that team unless he was on a carry champion, so playing tanks just felt useless. But he did just like legit in some games on tanks himself.
You know, I like that we put the jungle diff up here because a lot of last year was Canyon POG or no win for D+. Like there was very few.
But I think it's just mental diff, honestly.
Was, he was the POG player of the split.
I think when players get on bad teams in LCK, they just do bad. Remember that BDD and Keen both looked really washed in 2022, and then when they got on KT, they actually like fucking popped off again. So I think some good players on bad teams just check out.
Very nice angle. No cleanse for Bull. He took ignite.
And not that D+ was as bad as like BDD or Keen's teams from 2022, but like comparatively for Canyon to the previous iterations of the Dom 1 roster, they were bad. Oh my god. Super good Glacial Prison. Not so good Moonlight Vigil. Cuz is sprinting it. Just goes in, gets immediately stunned by Sejuani W.
And yeah, this is just a bit of desperation. Bull trying to beat them in, and Canyon is taking a bit of damage, but
W and E.
matter at the end of it all.
Yeah. Pays misses ult, and they're like, wait a second? Oh no, it's still Keen, still Udyr.
Yeah, he's gonna use Ghost, and Dudu's like, maybe I'll auto. It's not healing all too much. Flash on in, and that's just assassination as Bull.
Pacer this season just hasn't been it. Yeah. It's almost like, guys, I mean, it's almost like Pays is still a relatively young player, and Delight was actually secretly the best support in the league, not Lehens, like I told you guys. And Lehens wasn't the MVP.
It's things like this where you don't know where Canyon is, he slides in with the ultimate, and then Pays misses, and you're like, gotta go in. Because at this point, like, what else do? You're just gonna walk away and be like, oh, thank God we got out of this one. No, you have to try to make something happen, but it's Udyr. He's too tanky. You're just too far behind. You can't do anything. Even at your best, it's checkmate. You know, the pieces can only move a certain way for this composition anymore, and
I mean, you can't step up to an Aphelios.
I mean, there's just nothing you can do at this point in time. All your carries are too far behind. Your jungler is completely owned.
Bull was trying to sacrifice himself.
Cuz had so many good games, but he got delayed in the jungle this time, and I think also because of the shenanigans that happened with the over-aggression in bot side, he found it very difficult to play around bot, which is probably what they wanted to do.
They're trying to get on top of Lehens here. Didn't work out the last time, but Bulldog will get the better of him this time. Chovy ulting in. He's alone, and he's trying to do some damage to Bull, but he's going to go.
You know, I think that's the other price of Bull being too aggressive sometimes, is that when you make the too aggressive plays, and then you die and you fall behind, the Vi's purpose was to target the Aphelios and try and get bot ahead. And that makes it a lot harder to do, right?
I'm gonna need a little bit of context
Like,
for this one, Valdez.
sometimes you just have to play a little bit more cautiously so that you can guarantee that you get ahead through the Vi and the plan coming in through the jungle.
Give himself up. And Keen once again is just untouchable. This time on a different champion.
Yeah, he will dodge the bubble.
Oh, this is... All right, Andil's fine.
Yeah, the turret, you know, can pose one of the known enemies of Udyr. Udyr has often outsmarted turrets in the past, you know, but this one, he's not going to be able to push his way through. You know, Udyrs have evolved to learn how to proxy.
Turrets are a known Udyr anti.
Yeah. We're just way too far up here as GenG. Inner turret's still up. Wraparound is good here. Chovy, even with his ultimate, is just not going to be able to get out of this. There's just no follow-up because Canyon and Keen was the top side there, so no ability to heal whatsoever. So a bit of a whoopsie here, but then they turned it into a very dangerous situation here on the side of Kwangdong Freecs. As Andil takes a ton of damage.
This game's a wash now.
Steps, a little dent in the gold there.
Yeah.
Small dent.
It's like maybe a couple thousand gold, maybe 1,500.
I'm going to speed it up just because unless something crazy happens, this should just be a stomp.
Maybe not, actually maybe not.
Yeah, no fine print in this one. I think it's pretty obvious.
Because they're already up 2 Drakes as well, even though it's Chemtextile and not super useful. Still potentially Chemtextile going to do a lot of damage for Chovy on Yone. Daily question, Monty, what I'm eating? I was eating Greek yogurt with strawberries. And I had 2 eggs, and I had some whole wheat toast with kipper snacks, which is a kind of smoked herring that I eat for breakfast a lot. It is delicious and very healthy.
Uh-oh. One Scryer's trinket is enough to spot them out in the gank rush. Bubble is good, but you're not bubbling Keen, as he's just going to sprint at them. Bulldog's got a nice angle in the backline, but he is absolutely alone. And, I mean, Kali's very good at jumping over walls. He's going to get over this one. And he gets hit by that whip. That's, that might be that sentence here for Bulldog.
I like
well.
Chipmunk Valdez.
How far will they go for the kill onto Akali? Far enough, as Keen will pick up his 4th kill in this game.
See, now he's allowed to step up to this inner in this case, because they killed the bad guys, yes. So it's actually safe. It's fine. He's okay to be here. He's not afraid of Bull anymore. He's red-white, and he has a support. Dudu, a little bit more concerning, but he's fine. And that's going to be GenG getting soul point here. And an additional charge on this Rip Barrel will go through. Poor Cuz, he's trying to do anything he can.
Yeah, Cuz in this game, 0-6. He had such a fantastic Jarvan game, like so many great reads and plays, but just got so far behind early on in this game that he ended up just kind of being the punching bag for the team. Like somebody had to be the one.
Canyon's just absolutely popping off this game, though.
I mean, the 2 things that really went wrong is this is just, unfortunately, circling the drain very quickly. The 2 big things that went wrong
Just
were
the early blue steal ended up having such a huge effect on this game.
Is where they heavily commit, even though they don't have control, they're not prio.
He got a kill out of bot lane on it too, so really just out-muscling Cuz on the Vi.
They have a Yone, and Azir's unkillable.
Yeah, the Vi can't do anything to Sejuani either. Black Cleaver versus Frozen Heart. Lol. Gonna have Rooker soon too, Canyon will.
Not quite enough at all. We had that 2v2 in the top side, which also did go the way of GenG. That was pretty devastating because looks like he is going to die again. Very low, but actually does. Oh, there's a Udyr, and there's some stuff going on.
JK, Keen's there to stand on top of him with R.
Cuz is going to go down. It's Canyon being at the punch bag for his team, and yeah, they're just waiting for Keen to get back. I feel like they're just trying to make Udyr also look really OP.
Yeah, I mean, kind of is showing here.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody can kill Keen and Canyon.
Perhaps Andil taking a lot of the. Okay, that's an ult straight to the face of Anami, and they still don't even care.
It's Jover, guys.
I mean, Kwangdong sit under their inner turrets. 5 Nova.
Yeah, you gotta try. You gotta. Yeah, he's really gotta find like the perfect angle at this point. And that's
got Baron.
Canyon with tidal wave to counter. Canyon actually the one who throws it into Andil.
Yeah, Andil's been hit by quite a few of those Canyon ults this game. Doesn't always lead to a kill though.
Juju splitting, he's helping.
And Keen's just having fun now. Jovi trying to set him up almost as in goes Cuz once again. And yeah, he's getting 0-8. Reverse legendary, which we have seen.
Cuz got ripped back on the snapback from Chovy.
Well, what can you do? This is more of a team
by ulting him.
At this point in time, GenG 19-4, trying to end their misery right now.
Yeah, really, I think compelling game number 1. Game 2, obviously, very well played by GenG. GenG has had some really clean early games, guys. If you give Canyon an advantage, he will just drive the dagger straight into your heart. And we saw that even versus T1. Sometimes their mid and late game has been a little bit wonky, macro still, but damn, they can snowball.